Welcome back. Now, Johannesburg has been put under the microscope in Sue Martin's latest solo exhibition called City of Gold that is currently underway at the Julie Muller Art Institute's gallery. In this body of work, Sue has depicted a narration of migration and nostalgia about a foregone Johannesburg, especially during the city's formative years as a mining destination. And to tell us more about this, I'm joined in studio by the curator, Sue Martin, and the founder of Julie Muller Investment Art Institute, Julie Muller. Very good morning to you, ladies, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, now, Sue, I'm going to start with you. What was so appealing about Johannesburg that you decided, that actually planted the seed in your mind that you had to produce an exhibition of this nature?
Well, I too am someone who migrated to Johannesburg. So I grew up in Natal, and then when I'd finished my fine arts degree, I came up to Johannesburg to also seek my fortune.
Sure.
So in a way, I was also one of those migrant labourers who moved. I also grew up on a farm, so I saw a lot of the people that I grew up with leaving to go and find a future in Johannesburg.
Right.
The other thing that really struck me was when I first came to Johannesburg, there was an ethos and a feeling of it being a mining city, in the sense that literally there were these mine sites and mines from crown mines all around, and the mine dumps. And in actual fact, when one looks back now, there are no more mines left around Joburg.
Yeah.
So it's almost this nostalgia of remembering back to why Johannesburg became Igoli and why it was founded. And I have a great interest in our history.
Yeah.
And the more I look into it, the more I find out about it, the more I realize that we need to preserve that
Sure.
and
And certainly one cannot help but get fascinated by the history of Johannesburg and from how it evolved to where it is today. And what made you decide to say yes to Sue's work, for you to allow it to display at your gallery?
Okay, well, as an investment art institute, we focus on art as an alternative investment asset class. Okay. So we look at artists who we resonate with and who we think produces work that is of such a tremendous quality that it's a great investment going forward.
Sure.
And looking at this body of work that Sue has created, I'm particularly fascinated by it because she's used an ancient technique that was used in Greco-Roman times for funereal portraiture. She was reminded of this particular technique, she told me, when she visited the Vatican City. Now for me, from an investment point of view, I'm looking at work that people can invest in,
Sure.
that people can get a return in over time because the quality is so tremendous and the pricing is so good, and that it's going to be something that they can hand over to their grandchildren one day before they go.
Right.
So that's what really fascinated me with this particular body of work.
Yeah.
And I think Sue's work in particular, she loves experimentation, she loves alchemical processes in her work, so anything that changes and she can't really control the outcome, which is a wonderful artistic creative thing. That's really what got me hooked on Sue's work and this particular body of work.
And as you're talking, my curiosity is now at an all-time high. I definitely must see this work. Now, so you also talked about migration and landscape. How do you hope these will resonate with those who view your body of work?
Well, in a way, the series came about because I'd spent quite a bit of time in our archives, in our local archives, and I found amazing old photographs of early Johannesburg, but I also got this wonderful opportunity to go to a disused mine site where I took my own photographs. So it was sort of this combination of our history and our modern, and they kind of, I try to put them together and try to get them to sit together. And the interesting thing is that this disused mind site that I went to, the reason why it is so closely and well guarded is not because there's any gold there or that they're mining any gold. It's because of the metal and the metal mining gear. And that has become almost more valuable than the gold itself.
Sure.
So as a consequence, I decided I was going to work on metal sheeting, because the metal, as I say, has become the new gold.
Yeah.
And so I work on metal sheeting, and then, as Julie says, I work with this medium, which is beeswax.
And just to interrupt you there, unfortunately we haven't got much time now. When you look back at your work, do you think that you've really captured the true essence of what the City of Gold looks like? Just briefly.
I think I've captured it just through the depiction of, as I say, our minds and the men that came to Joburg to try and seek a better life. And I've tried in a way to try and show them in a way that they become quite emboldened and quite strong and resonate as people rather than just labourers.
Sue and Julie, great chatting to you ladies this morning. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That is a fine artist and curator, Sue Martin, and with her is the founder of the Julie Miller Art Institute, Julie Miller. They've been speaking to us about Sue's solo exhibition that is currently on display at the Institute under the theme City of Gold.